Jason's phone buzzed on the counter. I wasn't looking. I swear I wasn't. But the message popped up plain as daylight. Can't wait to see you tonight. I froze. Jason, I said, my voice too steady to be real. Someone? Just texted you. He didn't even look up from the sink. Probably work. Does work usually send hearts? He turned his head slowly. What? I picked up his phone. My fingers moved before my brain did. It says, can't wait to see you tonight. Who's Rachel? Silence. He dried his hands to calm. Give me the phone. No, my grip tightened. Who is Rachel? She's a coworker. I tapped the message. It opened a full thread. My eyes skimmed the top. Last night was perfect. Your wife still doesn't know? I missed your arms. My throat closed up. Oh my God, I whispered. Jason, how long? He moved forward. Give me the phone. I stepped back. How long have you been lying to me? It's not what you think, don't. I held the phone between us. Don't insult me like that. His eyes narrowed. You're overreacting. My mouth dropped open. Overreacting? He crossed his arms. Look, it's complicated, okay? Things haven't been right between us for a long time, so that gives you a free pass to sleep with someone else? I didn't plan for this to happen. I laughed. It came out cracked and broken. You didn't plan? You've been texting her every day for months. You said you were working late. That conference in Dallas, was that even real? He stayed silent. I threw the phone onto the couch. How could you do this to me? I didn't mean to hurt you. No, you meant to get away with it. My voice shook. Was it easier when you looked me in the eyes and lied? When you kissed me goodnight after being with her? He sat down like this was just another night. Look, I never wanted it to come out like this. Oh, so it was going to come out eventually? He sighed. Rachel's not just some fling. My stomach dropped. You're in love with her. I don't know. You don't know? I care about her. That's all I can say. Tears welled up, but I blinked fast. I wouldn't let them fall. Not yet. And what about me? He looked up at me like I was the problem. You've been distant, I gasped. You're blaming me? I'm not blaming you, but come on. You've barely touched me in months. You don't laugh anymore. It's like you stopped trying, because I thought I was safe. I thought I was loved. He rubbed his face. I didn't come home tonight to fight, no. You came home to pretend, like every other night. I didn't want to hurt you, he said again, as if that line would undo everything. Stop saying that. You did hurt me. You made choices, Jason. You lied. You cheated. You made me think I was crazy when I felt something was wrong. I was confused. You were selfish. He stood up. So what now? I swallowed the scream in my throat. I don't know. He looked down. Are we really doing this right now? You already did this, Jason. I'm just catching up. I didn't plan on leaving you, he said quietly. You didn't plan on getting caught either. We stood in the silence like strangers. The room felt too small. I felt too small. I gave you everything, I whispered. Jason's jaw clenched. Can we talk about this tomorrow? Why? So you can sneak out and go see her again? He didn't answer. I walked over and picked up the phone. Opened the thread again. I love how you make me feel alive. Promise me we'll always have this. I stared at him. You said this to her. Jason shifted. I don't remember saying that. I do. I read it. I read all of it. His voice dropped. You went through everything? You left your phone unlocked. That's on you. He laughed once bitter. So now I'm the villain. I nodded. Yeah, you are. He grabbed his keys. I'm going out to her. He paused. Didn't say a word. That silence was louder than any answer. I backed away. Go. He opened the door. I'll be back later. Don't bother. He left, and I stood in the dark, alone, still holding his phone like it meant something. Dinner's ready, I called, forcing my voice into something soft. Jason didn't look up from his phone. Cool. I'm starving. I set the plates down. Chicken, rice. I even garnished it with parsley like some pathetic wife still trying. He chewed. Tastes good. Thanks. I sipped my water, pretending my stomach wasn't in knots. Long day? Yeah, he muttered. Meetings, deadlines. You know how it is. Were you at the office the whole time? He didn't blink. Of course. Where else would I be? I nodded slowly. Right. He stabbed another bite. You okay? Yeah, I lied. Just tired. He finished his plate, got up without a word, walked past me, fingers still tapping on his phone. I stared at the empty seat. My hands trembled in my lap. I clenched them until the tremors stopped. Later, I stood under the shower until the water ran cold. I scrubbed my skin until it burned. My tears blended in. His cologne hit me as I passed him in the hallway. I gagged. You all right? He asked. Just nauseous, I murmured, rushing past. I locked the bathroom door, slid down the wall, threw up quietly. My phone buzzed beside me. A text from Lena, everything okay? I hesitated, then typed. No, she replied instantly. Call me. Her voice was sharp. Tell me everything. I found texts. Oh my God. I didn't want to see them. I wasn't even snooping. Whose name? Rachel. Jesus. I swallowed hard. He said she's a coworker. Is she? I almost laughed. He sent her heart emojis. They talked about last night being perfect. What are you going to do? I don't know. You can't stay with him. It's not that simple. It is. He cheated. My brain feels like it's underwater. Like none of this is real. I'll come get you. Right now? No? I can't leave yet. Why? Because if I leave, it's over. It's real. And I'm not ready. Lena sighed. You didn't deserve this. I gave him everything. He's a coward and a liar. I keep thinking about every night he said he loved me. Every time he kissed me goodbye. He's trash. I should scream at him, smash his phone. But I'm just frozen. You're in shock. That's normal. Do you think he loves her? Who cares? He doesn't deserve to love anyone. I keep wondering what I did wrong. Don't you dare blame yourself. I wasn't exciting. I wasn't enough. Stop. You were loyal. You were kind. He's the one who broke everything. I can't breathe when I'm near him. But I can't move either. You don't have to do anything tonight. But you're not alone. I'm here. Always. Tears poured out of me. Silent. Endless. I'm scared, Lena. I know. Jason came to bed hours later. You still awake? He asked. I shut my eyes. No, he slid in beside me. His arm reached for my waist. I flinched. You cold? He asked. I didn't answer. He pulled back, rolled over. His breathing slowed. Mine didn't. The next morning, I made coffee, burned the toast, dropped a mug. Jason looked up from the paper. You all right? I nodded. Fine. You seem off. Didn't sleep well. You want to talk? I looked at him. Really looked. He smiled. Casual. Comfortable. Like nothing was broken. No, I said. Nothing to talk about. He shrugged. Suit yourself, Lena texted. Again. Still frozen. Completely. I'll be here when you thaw. I stared at my reflection in the mirror. My eyes were dull, skin pale. I didn't recognize her. I touched the glass. Where did you go? She didn't answer. Neither did I. I stood in the hallway, holding his phone like it was a loaded gun. My hand shook. My lungs forgot how to work. Jason, I said, walking into the living room. He looked up from the couch, remote in hand. Yeah. Your phone was buzzing. Oh, thanks. He held out his hand. I didn't move. She texted again. His face didn't even twitch. Who? Rachel. He shifted. Why were you looking at my phone? Because it was right there. And because I'm not stupid. He stood up. So you went through it? I didn't go through anything. The message was on the screen. I saw her name. I saw her words. Okay, he said, voice flat. So what? I blinked. So what? Are you serious? He crossed his arms. What do you want me to say? I want you to tell me the truth. I didn't sleep with her. You did. You just didn't expect me to find out. He sighed. Fine. You want honesty? I felt alive with her. I haven't felt that in a long time. The words hit me like glass shattering in my chest. So you're blaming me now? You're not the same anymore. You're cold, distant, because I've been trying to hold everything together while you drifted away. I was lonely, okay? You weren't lonely. You were selfish. She made me feel seen. I saw you, Jason. I saw everything. I just didn't realize how fake it all was. He ran his hand through his hair. You think you're perfect? I never said that. But I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. You stopped touching me. Stopped looking at me like you used to, because I knew something was wrong, Jason. I felt it. You stopped being here. He stepped closer. So what? You want to punish me now? Make me the bad guy? You are the bad guy, he scoffed. Unbelievable. Do you love her? I don't know. You don't know? She listens to me. She doesn't make me feel small. I laughed. Sharp, bitter. You feel small because you are. He looked away. I didn't come home for this. You came home because it's convenient. Not because you care. I care. Then why didn't you stop? He had no answer. Just silence. Heavy and loud. I gave you everything, I said. My voice cracked. Years of my life, my trust, my body, my heart. Jason looked down. I didn't mean for it to happen. Stop saying that. I didn't. You made choices, Jason. Don't act like you tripped and fell into another woman's bed. He stepped back. I need air. I blocked the doorway. You're not walking away this time. What do you want from me? I want you to feel what I'm feeling. I can't do this with you screaming. Then try telling the truth. Without lying through your teeth. I told you the truth. You told me what made you feel better. That's not the truth. That's justification. Maybe if you hadn't pulled away, don't you dare. I felt my voice rising. Don't you dare put this on me. I was dying in this marriage. Then why didn't you say something? Because you wouldn't hear it. I would have done anything for you. He went quiet. His eyes flicked. To the door, I whispered, are you going to her? He didn't answer. Jason, he looked at me. Yeah. I felt the ground disappear under me. You're really going to her tonight? What do you want me to say? I want you to say, you're sorry. I can't say that. Why not? Because I'm not. I didn't know I could cry without making a sound, but I did. Right then, he stepped past me. I didn't stop him. The door clicked behind him like a gunshot. I stood there for what felt like hours. Then I moved. I packed a bag, one sweatshirt, 2 pairs of jeans, toothbrush, charger, my broken heart. I texted, Lena.me. Can I come? Her reply came fast. Lena. Always. She opened the door in pajamas. Her eyes went wide. Oh my God, she whispered. You left. I stepped in, dropped the bag. I had to. She pulled me into her arms. You're shaking. I think I'm in shock. You did the right thing. I don't know what to feel. You'll feel it all, slowly. But right now, just breathe. I exhaled. It sounded like I was dying, because part of me was, the part that still loved him. I'm fine. No, you're not. Lena crossed her arms. You haven't eaten in 2 days. I had toast yesterday. That was a bite. You're fading. You look hollow. I leaned against the kitchen counter. That's what heartbreak does, she sighed. You've got to do something. Talk to someone. Walk outside. Breathe. I don't want to breathe. I want to disappear. You lost a man. Not your entire life. I lost my husband. You lost a liar. There's a difference. I looked away. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Lena lowered her voice. Then talk about you. What you need. I picked up the bottle. I need this. She grabbed it from me. No, you think you do. But this won't fix anything. I'm not trying to fix anything. Then what are you doing? I don't know. She looked like she wanted to cry. Please let me help you. I shook my head. You can't. No one can. I stopped. Showing up to work. My phone buzzed. Emails, voicemails, warnings. I didn't answer. The days blurred. I stared at the ceiling, at the wall, at the places where he used to be. I stumbled out one night, looking for air that didn't choke. The streetlights buzzed. My head throbbed. I leaned against a lamppost. Are you okay? The voice was soft, familiar. I looked up. David, he smiled, surprised. Wow, I wasn't sure it was you. I feel like a ghost. You look tired. That's generous. He paused. You want to sit? There's a bench over there. We walked. I tried to keep my balance. He noticed but didn't say anything. I used to tutor you, right? I asked. Statistics. Sophomore year, you were quiet. Always scribbling notes. You were patient. Kind of intense, he chuckled. But you explained things like stories. That helped. I laughed bitterly. I don't think I've told a good story in years. What happened? I married the wrong person. David didn't flinch. And now, I'm trying to remember who I was before him. He looked at me for a long moment. You're still in there. Under the pain. I don't feel like it. I can see it in your eyes. The broken pieces. I turned away. That obvious, huh? Only to someone who's been broken too. I met his gaze. He wasn't trying to fix me. Just, see me. You're different now, I said, older, calmer. Life does that. I miss being calm. It'll come back. Slowly, I looked at the sky. I want to believe that you will. How do you know? Because this isn't the end. You just don't know your strength yet. I blinked. You really believe that? He nodded. Yeah, I do. That night, I sat with a pen in my hand. The room was quiet. My heart less so. I wrote, Jason, I used to think you were the best part of my life. Now I wonder how I ever let you in. I stopped eating. I stopped working. I stopped being. You took everything. And still, I blamed myself. But tonight, someone reminded me of something important. This isn't the end. I'm still here. I survived you, and one day, I'll be someone you regret losing. But you won't get to see that version of me. You don't deserve her. I folded the letter, didn't seal it, didn't trash it, just left it in my drawer, a quiet reminder, not for him, for me. You're early, Lena said, peeking into the living room. I didn't sleep, nightmares, just thoughts. I pulled my laptop closer. I started drafting a pitch. She raised an eyebrow. For freelancing? Yeah, it's nothing big, but it's something that's huge. She tossed me a granola bar. Eat, focus, function. I'll try, she smiled. That's all I want. My first therapy session was weird. So, where should we begin? The therapist asked gently. I don't know, I said. Somewhere in the middle, maybe. What do you want from this process? Less noise in my head. We can work with that. David knocked on the door the next evening. Hey, he said, holding up 2 coffees. Trade you one for 30 minutes of your silence. I grinned. Deal. We sat on the balcony. The sky turned pink. Therapy, he asked, started yesterday. Good, weird. But maybe good weird, he nodded. Most healing feels awkward at first. You speak like someone who's been through stuff, he sipped. I have. Divorce, for years ago. I blinked. You never mentioned that. You never asked. Fair enough. We didn't talk about Jason. He didn't push. That meant everything. Some days I walked for hours. Past stores I couldn't afford. Kids playing, old women on porches. One afternoon, Lena called. Where are you? Corner of 5th and something. You okay? Yeah, just walking off the ache. She paused. Proud of you. I blocked him. I blurted. You what? Him and her. Lena exhaled. Finally. It felt like cutting off my own arm. That arm was rotting. It needed to go. I emailed my first freelance pitch that night. David texted. Good luck. You've got this. I didn't reply, but I smiled. The next week, he showed up with a book. No coffee today? I teased. Books are warmer. I flipped the cover. Healing is not linear. Subtle, I said. He shrugged. You said you liked direct people. I lied. No, you didn't. I smirked. Okay, maybe I didn't. I got a job offer. Part-time, remote. Writing ad copy. I screamed. Lena ran in. Are you dying? I'm employed. She hugged me so hard my ribs ached. I bought a plant. A dumb, leafy thing with crooked stems. Lena pointed at it. That's the ugliest plant I've ever seen. It's mine. Fitting. Shut up. We laughed. Something's different. David said one night. What do you mean? You're sitting straighter. Laughing more. I got a haircut. He tilted his head. It's more than that, I think. I'm not bleeding anymore. He stared at me. That's huge. Yeah. I'm not healed, but I'm not broken either. Not anymore. I'm not who I was. You've grown. I'm not going back. He raised his coffee. To the ugly plant. I clinked mine against his. To whatever's next. You're not gonna believe this, Lena said, barging into the kitchen with her phone in hand. I raised an eyebrow. Should I sit down? Jason got fired. I blinked. What? Apparently he missed some deadlines, lost a big client, and cursed out his boss during a Zoom call. Wow, that's not even the best part. There's a best part. Rachel dumped him. I nearly choked on my tea. She what? Yup. And get this, she was cheating too. With her gym trainer. Of course she was. Lena laughed. He's been spiraling, texting everyone, trying to find someone who'll listen. I shrugged. Not my problem. He came to my apartment yesterday. My smile dropped. Wait, what? Showed up at my door. Said he just wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him to go screw himself. I laughed. God, I love you. I was tempted to throw a shoe at him. You owe me. I'll buy you coffee and cheesecake. Done. Later that day, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. But I knew. I stared at the screen. Then opened the message. I messed up. I lost everything. I don't even know who I am without you. I know I don't deserve it, but please, can we talk? I read it once, then deleted it. You okay? David asked as we walked through the park. Yeah, you're quiet. My ex texted me. He lost his job, got dumped. Apparently he's falling apart. And you? I looked up at the trees. I'm still standing. David smiled gently. That's the real win. I thought I'd feel more. I don't know. Satisfaction? You don't. I feel calm, like none of it matters anymore. That's peace. I didn't even reply. Powerful choice. It's weird. A year ago, I would have cried, or screamed, or begged, and now, I hit delete. Lena tossed me a can of soda. You ever gonna respond? No, not even to gloat? What's the point? Closure. I already got it. I survived. She nodded. He thought you'd be crawling. He thought I'd beg. He didn't expect this version of you. Neither did I that night. I sat on the floor with my laptop. David video called me. His cat meowed in the background. Long day? He asked. Productive. Calm. He sipped his tea. I like calm you. She's new. She's strong. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. You didn't have to. I just deleted him. David smiled. That's your revenge. I thought revenge had to be loud. Sometimes silence is louder. I found the old letter in my drawer, unsent, unfinished. I added one line. You lost me, and that's the only punishment you'll ever get. Then I folded it again, left it there, right where it belonged. Wow, Lena said, spinning slowly in my new living room. This place is actually you. I dropped the last box on the floor. You mean messy and full of books? I mean quiet, warm, and weirdly peaceful. It's mine, I whispered. All of it. You earned it. I sent David a photo of my new workspace. He replied in seconds. Looks amazing. When's the grand tour? Tomorrow, I typed. I'll have tea and snacks. But I'm not vacuuming. Perfect. I hate clean floors. I forgot how blue the sky could be, I said, stretching my legs in the window. Seat of the train. David looked up from his book. You haven't traveled alone before? Never. Do you feel free? I feel like I'm meeting myself for the first time. That's the best kind of trip. We hiked a cliffside trail near the coast. Wind in my face, sky stretching forever. I used to be afraid of heights, I told him. He offered me his hand. Still are? No, I said, stepping closer to the edge. I just didn't trust what was holding me, and now, I trust me. One evening, David sat across from me, sipping tea. You've changed. Is that good or bad? Neither. Just true. I used to think change was about becoming someone else. It's not. No, it's about remembering who I was before they broke me. He tilted his head. And who's that? She's louder. Braver, honest, I like her, I smiled. So do I. We sat by the fire pit in my tiny yard. Stars above us. Silence between us. Do you ever think about going back? He asked quietly. To him? To the life before? I shook my head. That girl died the day I found the messages, and you? I buried her, and Rose? I nodded. I rose. A week later, I saw Jason crossing the street, a coffee in his hand, a wrinkle in his brow. He didn't see me, but I saw him, and I felt nothing. No rage, no pain, not even curiosity, just silence. Lena texted me later. Was that him you passed on third? Yeah, and Earth still spinning? Faster than ever. David and I watched the sunset from my porch. Is this a love story? I asked. He looked at me carefully. Do you want it to be? No, I said, smiling. It's not about you, he laughed. Ouch, it's about me. Then it's already a great one. I curled up on my new couch, journal in my lap. I rebuilt without him. I am not the woman who begged, or broke, or bled. She was real, but she's gone. And what rose in her place? Me. Dear Jason, you'll never read this. That's the point, but I still need to say it. There was a girl once. She used to cry in the shower quietly, so no one would hear. She thought if she just held on tighter, you'd stop slipping away. She was me. You okay in there? Lena used to call out through the bathroom door. Yeah, I'd lie. Just washing my hair. You're crying again, she'd say. And I'd go silent. Because silence was safer than truth. That girl forgave you 1,000 times for 1,000 lies. She said, he's just tired, he's just stressed, he still loves me. She believed the words you never said. Maybe I'm too much, I whispered to the mirror once. You didn't make me say it, you just never stopped me. I remember the night everything shattered, your phone lit up. Rachel's name, hearts in the message preview. I saw it, you saw me see it, and you didn't even flinch. What did you expect me to say? You snapped. I don't know, sorry, I whispered. But you walked away. I broke in silence, not all at once. In pieces, missed meals, missed days, empty stares, screaming into pillows because I couldn't scream at you. Then I met David. You look like someone who used to shine, he said, and I cried harder than I ever had. Because someone saw me, not her. Me. He never asked me to forget you, he just helped me remember me, the woman I became. She doesn't check your social media anymore. She doesn't write long texts she never sends. She doesn't wonder if you miss her. She doesn't want you back. Thank you, not for the betrayal, not for the lies, not for turning my heart into glass and dancing on the shards, but for setting the fire, because in the flames, I found her, the woman who walked away, the woman who stopped bleeding, the woman who finally said, enough, I don't need revenge, I don't want an apology, I don't even want an explanation. I hope you find peace, but you'll never find me in the ashes again. I held the paper between my fingers. Read the letter one last time. No tears, just air. Then I struck the match, watched the words curl, blacken, disappear. Gone. Lena stood by the door. Was that it? I nodded. That was everything. She smiled softly. So, now what? I picked up my bag. Now I walk into the sunrise. She laughed. You're so dramatic. I'm not walking away from the past, I said, stepping outside. I'm walking into me.